Live from an undisclosed location deep in the heart of flyover country, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, coming to you with some podcast excellence. Yes, we're under the radar, but we are always over the top, ladies and gentlemen. The Christian Whistleblower here to teach you how to guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, and be your own guru. Unindoctrinate yourself. It's time to get started on the inside job. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we move into what will likely be, as I clear my throat, and I think I hit the mute button, what will likely be a series of broadcast, podcast excellence here. And let's say hello and speak favor upon everyone that's in the chat room. Scotty, Power, Mark, Robert, Sean, Jay, Charlie Boy, Don, Dusha, I think that's right. If I mispronounce that, I'm very, very sorry. Nice to see you. TJ, Susan, who might be a little cross, but that's okay. EMC, TJ, Don again, Rich, Freeman, Deb, Robin, Sherry, Tracy, Ryan, Billy, and I've now lost the ability to keep up with the people flowing into the chat room. Nice to see each and every one of you. It is a blessing to be truly free, and that's what we're here to do. Help you get to the place where you are truly free. Christopher in Texas. B13, nice to see you. Yes, White Junior 71. I think that's a new name. But favor upon all of you, love, peace, favor, joy into every one of your lives, especially favor. Zoroaster 40, Wendy Johnson, very, very nice to see you. We have been lied to, we have been told, we have been sold. Just talking about being a carny. Well, if you think those people are untrustworthy and they're people that are deceptive, preachers got nothing on them. They've got nothing on preachers, that's for sure. Preachers, teachers. I'm glad you're getting your notifications. YouTube does its best. It's a big database, obviously, big doings and goings on. The temple. When you talk about the temple, most people will think positive thoughts about places of worship, thoughts about beautiful edifices, thoughts about things that are positive. But ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is, and well, I'm not going to say it. The fact of the matter is that the temple, and I'm going to prove this to you, the temple is a weapon of mass destruction. Nice to see you in Spain, Sylvia. Always has been a weapon of mass destruction. And if they're able to build another one, it will also be a weapon of mass destruction, ladies and gentlemen. The tabernacle, the temple, they are portals, and they are used to summon supernatural demonic forces. They are supernatural demonic gateways. They're supernatural demonic gateway technology, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to prove that to you here today. I have, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, a PowerPoint presentation. It's actually a Mac keynote presentation. And we're going to be going through this probably piece by piece, probably brick by brick. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be amazing. Jeff, why are you telling us this? Well, hey, Alana Dawn Adams, nice to see you. Well, there's a lot of reasons for it, but the main reason is that, I don't know if you heard me mention it, but the temple's being used to bring in demonic entities. We've been taught that it's wonderful, nice, pretty, let them worship. And we don't mind people worshiping in their edifices, but when an edifice is being built to summon a demonic power that will keep us subjugated in perpetuity, well, I think it's time for me to say something. What kind of a Christian whistleblower are you if you're not blowing the whistle on a Christian-backed operation to reconstruct a portal to bring in a chief demonic demon to rule the planet? Or are they trying to let this chief demonic demon, who's so weakened because he hasn't been able to come out of this world since AD 70, and he's trying to get back out so he can get some power. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, it's the truth, and we're going to show you this stuff. And it's powerful. So I want to mention before we get started, just real quickly, we do have some business to do. I want to let you know that we're having a great relaunch with our friends at Mistech. Mistech is the jewelry that you can find on my site. It puts you at the Schumann resonance. It restores your body's harmony. It doesn't make you more spiritual, but it puts you in a place where you can be more spiritual. You can be healthy. You can be grounded. You can be in homeostasis. And where you go from there is up to you. Once you're homo, wherever you go from there is up to you. Of course, I'm joking. Go here, look at the products on Mistech. The only time Plastic Jesus will ever do anything for you, click on him. Come back here, click on him. He'll bring you down here. Tell me what you want. Tell me what size you want. Tell me what color you want. Hit the send button. I'll give you a 20% discount. If you can do math, just go right up here, donate now. The price on the website minus 20%. If not, I'll send you a link on how to do it. But it helps you and it helps me. That's what I call a win-win scenario. And that's what we're all about here at The Christian Whistleblower. So let's go ahead and let's talk about, ladies and gentlemen, what we're here to talk about: the temple, portals, gateways. Whew, man, I'm excited about this. I'm a little worried about this because it's powerful information, but I think you can handle it. And if you can't, you can always leave at any time. No one is forcing you to stay. It's some tough stuff, ladies and gentlemen, but I think you can handle it. Are you ready? I hope so, because here we go. And we're going to do a keynote, play it, and we're going to play it from the beginning. No, we're not. I messed it up. That's all right. Look at this. You get a little preview peek. You get a little preview peek. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Tabernacle, temple, portal. And if my moderators could keep a little eye on the room, since I'm not going to be able, obviously, to be in there much. Temple, tabernacle, portal, tabernacle, temple, portal. Third temple, to be a perfection of demonic gateway technology, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. And here you have a little mock-up representation of what the tabernacle looked like. Come in the front door, and my pointer doesn't work on here, but you come in the front door looking from bottom to top. Come in the front door, the Holy of Holies in the back. I think some of you are already beginning to see some of the points that I'm going to be bringing out about generating and channeling energy. But the one thing that hit me, one of the things that hit me right off the bat, and thankfully it wasn't a bat that hit me like a baseball bat or even a bat flying around, because that might be a little uncomfortable as well. But what did hit me right at the beginning was, or a baseball coming off a bat. I have been hit by both before, and it's less than comfortable. It'll leave a mark. So the tabernacle is always called over and over and over and over and over. I lost track at about 35 times. I wasn't going to write them all down. The tabernacle in the wilderness. It's constantly referred to as the tabernacle in the wilderness. And I asked why. And I think I found my answer in Leviticus 16:10. I think I found my answer in Leviticus 16:10 as to why it's always referred to as, ladies and gentlemen, the tabernacle in the wilderness. Let me show you this on Bible Hub. We'll go into Leviticus 16. Don't panic. I know you can't see it yet. I just don't want to make you seasick by watching me fly around these scriptures. Let me get to the scriptures, then I'll turn it on and we can all see together why I think, ladies and gentlemen, it's constantly referred to as the tabernacle in the wilderness, because they are tying it very, very importantly to this being, ladies and gentlemen, this being called Azazel. But Jeff, what's Azazel? Well, right here, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron shall cast lots on the two goats, one for Yahweh, Jehovah, the being calling himself Marduk, the being calling himself Yahweh, and the other for the scapegoat. Now, this word, the scapegoat, was intentionally inserted by William Tyndale, who was a Jesuit spy and plant. I've proven that to you. search the channel, put in Tyndale, and the video will come up for you. You can, if you are ever wondering what I think about a subject, just go into my YouTube channel, go into the search button, or go into YouTube period, Jeffrey Daugherty Tyndale, Jeffrey Daugherty scapegoat. And I've got almost 2,000 videos. There will be one almost certainly addressing the subject that you are researching. But this word scapegoat, I got to show you what it means. So we're going to go to the interlinear, and we're going to go to verse number 8, and it's going to tell us what you can go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but that's a little bit time consuming. So just go there. Leviticus 16:8. Where else do you see this? Who else shows you this? And yet they still want to say, oh, Jeff is a liar. Well, look at this. And you tell me who's lying. Here's the original Hebrew. For the scapegoat is what they said in English, because that's what William Tyndale translated. But this is the real word. And the real word, ladies and gentlemen, is Azazel. And Azazel is, ladies and gentlemen, a proper name of a specific entity. It can also mean entire removal. So this is a bad entity. It can entirely remove things. It's powerful. It's strong. But look at what Azazel is, ladies and gentlemen. It's the proper name of a spirit haunting the desert, i.e. the wilderness. It's a fallen angel from Jewish angelology. It is the proper name of a spirit haunting the wilderness, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you can call me a conspiracy theorist, but what you're really calling me by pointing this out is a person that is consistent in his linguistic interpretation. Because if this is a spirit named Azazel that is known to be a spirit of the wilderness, and over and over and over and over and repeatedly, we keep hearing about this tabernacle in the wilderness. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why it keeps being referred to as the tabernacle in the wilderness. And I submit to you here today that it's called the tabernacle in the wilderness to tie it to Azazel and to reveal its true purpose. And is that, if you look in the Holy of Holies at that little thing up there, what does that remind anybody of? Almost looks like a spaceship to me, but that's not what we're here for. So the tabernacle in the wilderness. Why is that so important? Azazel is a demonic god of the wilderness. The Bible goes out of its way on several occasions to link the tabernacle to the wilderness. And this shows us that the very purpose of the tabernacle has to do with service to a divinity in the wilderness. Now, we've always known that, but it's not the divinity that we've been told that it is. It's not the divinity that we've been sold to believe that it is. It's an entirely other divinity whose name is Azazel, ladies and gentlemen. And Azazel, if you didn't catch it, and we'll talk about this later, Azazel is the boss of the God of the Bible. Because the God of the Bible gets second pickings, Azazel gets first pickings. Very, very interesting. Now, another thing that hit me, we won't go through the whole bat thing again, I promise. The other thing that hit me and struck me, and that's what this presentation today is mostly going to be about. I'm not going to try to give you 2 hours at once, because I'll do at least 2 or 3 hours on this thing about the tabernacle and the temple, because we're proving that the third temple is going to be a demonic portal. You're worried about CERN because they want you to be worried about CERN. You're worried about D-Wave because they want you to be worried about D-Wave. Look over here, look over here, look over here, and we're going to sneak in the demonic portal over here in the temple. But anyway, The tabernacle, the temple, is a main point of focus throughout the scriptures, both Old and New Testaments. And one of the main focuses of the tabernacle or the temple is the door. I've noticed this in my study. That's why you watch me, because I have the 100,000 hours of study, because I do this on a full-time basis. And you pay me to notice things that you don't have the time to notice, like the door being a repeated point of focus. Why is that important, ladies and gentlemen? Well, let me just show you some reasons why I say that the door is a repeated point of focus. And these few little things will show us why it is such an important point of focus. The door, very heavily focused on in Genesis 4 and 7. We'll look at that in a second. The door, very heavily focused on in Leviticus 16, where we talk about Azazel in the Day of Atonement. We'll look at that in a second. The door, ladies and gentlemen. I lost track at 25 verses in the Old Testament and the New Testament. And when we start talking about gates, it's over 100, ladies and gentlemen. But let's take a look at what I'm talking about with these scriptures. So I think it's important. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4 and verse number 7 and take a look at that and see what we can see there. Genesis chapter 4 and verse number 7. So this is how you study, and I want to show you how to study the scriptures. I want you to learn how to study the scriptures. This is BibleHub.com. Here's all the books of the Bible. We want to go to Genesis. So we're going to pull down here in the drop down. We're going to go to Genesis. We want to go to Genesis chapter 4. So we're going to pull down here. It's going to list. Hit Genesis chapter 4. And we want to look at verse number 7. So we could go up here and do Genesis 4:7, but let's just, let's go ahead and do that. Genesis 4:7. Boom. All right. You know what? I don't want the Greek. So see here, I'm in the Hebrew. I just want the regular King James Version. So there we go. And we're going to have just the King James Version. Watch this. Verse number 7, sin lies at the door. I just did a video that talks all about this, showing that there is a demon awaiting an offering at the door. But here you can just see the door is featured within this story. It's also featured within the Leviticus story about the Day of Atonement, specifically featured. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to realize when specific things are mentioned for reasons, ladies and gentlemen. Take the two goats, which are really, remember, demons. The word is demons. And I've got to talk to you about this. People don't like this. I've been getting emails about this, but watch this. Take the two goats. Watch this. Verse number 7. We gotta pause a little bit. We got to go in. We got to help some people out. 16 and 7. I got to help some people get their heads out of certain lower orifices before they lose oxygen and pass out at the smell of their own lower orifices. The goats, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's just goats, Jeff. I've been doing this for 37 years. I'm better at this than you. I don't have a horse in the race. And it's devils. The word's devil. These are devils, ladies and gentlemen, that are at the gates. They're devils that are at the gates. They're not goats at the gates. They're devils at the gates, ladies and gentlemen. Devils. There are devils at the gates, ladies and gentlemen. Where were we? Verse number 10. No, where was it? Two devils, right? But why do they call them goats? Well, they call them goats, ladies and gentlemen, for the very same reason that we've got this whole Pizzagate thing today with the little symbols and the little words. I'm not even going to repeat the words, but they have a word for little girl without saying little girl. They have a word for little boy without saying little boy. They have a word for their sexual organs without saying their sexual organs. They don't just say it straight out. When do you think they started this whole idea of using metaphors and little nickname words for the children that they're abusing, the children that they're sacrificing. Do you think they started that at Comet Pizza? No. They started this back here in the book of Leviticus, in the book of Genesis, when they started sacrificing and abusing children. So the reason why they use the word goat is because, ladies and gentlemen, the word goat can also be kid of a goat. They're using the word goat so that you know, wink, wink, nod, nod, that it's a kid. That's why they do it. So there were two kids at the door, two kids that were being offered in ritual demonic sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen. Kids at the door. But why the door? Why the door? Because the door is the gateway. The door is the opening. The opening for what? The opening, ladies and gentlemen, for whether you believe me about the kids or not, you know this word means goats. It means devils. It's an opening, a door for devils. It's a devil's door. It's a door for devils. It's a door for devils. Whether you believe me about the kids or not, you got to believe me that it's a door for devils because it says it's a door for devils. It's a door for devils. That's why they repeatedly focus on the door, because the door is focused on the devils. Azazel is one of them, and the temple is all about opening doors for devils. The tabernacle was about opening doors for devils. The temple, as we'll see, is about opening doors for devils. And the third temple, if they ever get it built, will be about opening doors for a devil. Leviticus 16. I showed you how you really search out the true meaning of a word in Scripture. And here's the difference between you and me. You are looking in the Scriptures trying to prove it means what you want it to mean. You are in the Scriptures trying to prove that it means what you've always been taught it means. You are in the Scriptures trying to defend your Stockholm Syndrome, fear and guilt-based matrix lunacy. Cousins, you are not right in the head. Cousins, you are not right in the head. You're in the Scriptures. I get them every day. I have to deal with the comments of people trying to prove that it means what they think it means and trying to move what they've been told and sold that it means. That's what they do. My difference is I just look at it. I'll let you say it in your head, the Rex Bear thing. I just look at it and show you what it means, plain and simple. It's not goats, it's devils. And it's an idiom, a metaphor for kids because they're sacrificing children. I've proven it to you. I've shown it to you over and over and over again. If you want to know what it is, I've showed you how to look up the different subjects on the website. I'm not going to spoon feed you and do it for you. You know how to do it. I find out what it means, not try to prove that it means what I want it to mean, not try to prove that it means what I've been taught that it means, because I've done the inside job. Ladies and gentlemen, my inside job started on the floor of a condominium on Kanapali Avenue. Kanapali Avenue or Drive? Kanapali Avenue, I think, in Honolulu, directly across the street from the Ilikai, if you know it, where I lay in surrounded by empty Heineken beer bottles and cigar butts, and said, you know what? I'm going to lay it all down and I'm going to build it all back up with my own beliefs and doctrines. I'm going back to the original languages. I don't care what man has told me. I don't care what man has sold me. I'm going back to the basics, and here I am. When was that? That was 2000. So here I am 19 years later doing that. And you're picking up, for the most part, what I'm putting down. So let's go back again and let's finish this up. This is just part one, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's deep. So we've talked about the doors. We've talked about the tabernacle. And what comes through the door? Remember, I just showed you that in Leviticus 16. I didn't tell you what comes through the door. I showed you it's devils. Hidden by the word goats. You know what? Let's show you that one more time. Let's show you that one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's show you that it is devils that are coming through that gate, not goats. He shall take the 2 goats that are before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of congregation. What are the goats? Verse number 7, Leviticus number 16. What are the goats? One more time. And he's going to, shoot, I'm on 1. Go to verse number 7. The goats. You see that? The goats. Here it is in Hebrew. Here's how you pronounce it in Hebrew. Here it is up here. Well, why, if it's not goats, do they say goats down here? Because they're trying to trick you, duh. Same reason it said scapegoat when it's really Azazel, because they're effing with you, ladies and gentlemen. There's a bunch of effery going on. I'm Jeffrey, and I'm here to undo the effery. It's not bad. So we go to 8163. Devil. Devil. Goat. Devil. Devil. Goat. One more time. Goats. Goats. Everybody say goats. Goats. Devil. Everybody say devil. One more time. Devil. Good. Let me hear you. Devil. Okay, good. Devil. And one more time. Let me hear you. Goat. Right. So what is coming through the door? Cousins. Devils are coming through the door. It's not just a door. It's a portal. It's an entry for demonic spiritual entity or entities. It's not just a door. It's a portal. It's a portal, ladies and gentlemen. And as we go through this, you're going to see how the energy is channeled right through to that Holy of Holies. And then, you wait, just wait. It's not a door, it's a portal. Why? Because demonic entities are coming in and out of it. And remember I talked about gates? Gates are a huge deal too. Doors, gates, same thing, right? There's over 100 verses. I stopped counting over 100 verses about gates in both the Old and New Testaments. I want to show you some highlights, one from the Old Testament, one from the New Testament. Let's talk about gates, ladies and gentlemen. One from the Old Testament, one from the New Testament. And let's go with the Old Testament first. We'll go with Psalm 100. How does that get back to share when I don't do it? But that's okay. Psalm 100 and verse number 4. Well, there's a lot of Psalms, aren't there? Psalm 100. And we're just going to go up here like this because we're just going to read it. Psalm 104. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving. We're not going to go to the rest of this, but we're going to enter into his gates with thanksgiving. Whose gates? What's coming through those gates? Oh, you used to sing this in church and clap your hands. Let's enter. Don't you? I will enter his gates with thanksgiving in my heart. Sha-na-na-na-na-na, Honda, Toyota, Kawasaki. You know you used to do it. I will enter his gates with thanksgiving in my heart. I will enter his gates with demons in my heart. What? You're not speaking in tongues no more? You might as well, because that's demonic too. Yes, I said it. Enter his gates. The same gates the devils come in and out of. He wants you to come in and out of bringing thanksgiving. Not only is he serving you up to devils, he wants you to thank him for serving him up to devils. He wants you to thank him for serving you up to devils. Wow, what a mighty God you serve, right? Oh, and then we're going to go to Matthew 7:13. This one's just going to completely blow your mind apart. Matthew 7:13. Watch this one. You're not even going to believe it. You have been so sold and so worked. Oh my, you're going to be like, no way, Jeff. You just completely blew the cranium, the lid of my cranium completely off. No way, Jeff. You're not really going to do this, are you? Enter in the straight gate, the narrow gate. Which gate does Yahweh want you to go into? The straight gate, the narrow gate. But if you don't go in the narrow gate, he also says you could use the wide gate. But Yahweh wants you going in through a gate, ladies and gentlemen. Why does he want you going in through a gate? Because all the gates got demons. He wants you in congress with demons. Enter in the straight gate. Oh, but Jeff, we strive to enter in the straight and the narrow path. Yeah, that's because we've been stupid and we didn't see it coming. They want us to go in the straight gate where the demons are going in, or the wide gate where the demons go in. As long as they get us going in a gate, they don't care. Because we didn't know that those gates are portals, and we didn't know that there's demons coming in and out of those gates. We were smart enough not to bring Thanksgiving anymore, but we thought we're patting ourselves on the back. Oh, we're going in the narrow gate. We're so smart. We're so profound. We're so refined that we know to go in the narrow gate. What a bunch of dummies we are, professing ourselves to be wise. We have become as fools, professing ourselves to become wise. Oh, let's go in through the narrow gate. We're so smart. We figured out to go through the narrow gate. And Yahweh and his demons are cracking up. Professing themselves to be wise, they have become as fools. I'm not a fool anymore. I realize I've been a fool. Oh, I want to go through the straight gate. I'm not going through no gates of Yahweh. I'm not going through no gates of this devil-loving Bible God. I'm not going to do it. I will blaze my own trail, thank you. Not going through your gate, be it straight, be it narrow, not doing it. Because I know what you got in your gates, and I don't want nothing to do with what you got going on in your gates, because I know who's going in and who's going out. And the reason you want me going in through gates, why? Because they're stealing your energy to summon demons. It's just that simple, ladies and gentlemen. They're stealing your energy to summon demons. They are stealing your energy to summon demons. How do you like that? You going to keep doing it? Is that okay with you? It ain't okay with me. I'm out of the gate business. And you know what? They keep you in a gated community too, don't they? Oh, I'm in a gated community. It's so wonderful. That God is glad to be in gated communities. Ay, folks. This is why you come here. It's for stuff like this. This is why you're here. This is why you're here. Because you don't get this anywhere else. Wow. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Are you straight or are you gate? No, I'm not. Thank you, girl with no name. You love it when a girl talks dirty every now and then. I'll take it with that one. That's awesome. Can demons dislocate vertebrae? I would say yes, Amanda. Wow. I thought the same thing, Karen. I wasn't going to say it, but I thought it. Bill Gates. I did. I thought about it. Boy, a lot of people got way off track here today. That's all right. We're going to be back. We're going to work our way all the way through this tabernacle. We're going to work our way all the way through this temple. And gates and goats. I love it. Struggle within. My cross necklace tried to strangle me one night. I got one question for you. And I'm going to try to be as nice as I possibly can, Mandela Mile. I'm going to try to be as nice as I possibly. What the hell are you doing wearing a cross necklace? Get that con out of my face. Get that thing off of your neck, cousin. What's wrong with you? Get that thing off of your neck. Get it off of your neck. What's wrong with you? Don't do that. It's a terrible idea. I should strangle you. If I see you with that cross necklace on, I'm going to strangle you. Why are they sacrificing kids? Amanda, that's a big, long explanation. Mark Center Saint, that's up to you, cousin. Thank you, in Poland. It has saved me many times in the past. Do you really think that, Mandela Mile? Really? You really think that a cross necklace has saved you? Really? A cross, which is a ritualistic torture symbol. Half the church has got the dead guy on the stick. The other church has just got the stick. And you think it's helped you? Up to you. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. I think I'm done blowing your minds for a little bit. We got much more to come where this came from. Guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru. Do the inside job, and more than anything else, I wish favor upon you, and I wish for you to unindoctrinate yourself.